Hello there friends, and welcome to another video in this series on how to create a WordPress theme from scratch. And this is for a software services agency. And in this video we are going to take care of the design page. So what I want to do is I want to be able to create a list of all the designs that my agency or any agency offer to potential clients. And we're going to do that by adding a custom post type, just like we did with clients and testimonials. And we are also going to add in this field here, as you can see now, for the testimonials, we only have the title, the author, and the date. I'm going to add two custom columns, or custom columns here for the price and a little message here, like a description kind of. So we know what that is, and we're going to display everything on the front end here as well. All right, so first thing we're going to do here is, as you can see here, this page doesn't have a an image, so let's add that. Let's go to pages and the design page, and in this design here we are going to first set a featured image. Let's see with the design. So maybe is this a designer? I think this is a designer. Let's add that, and let's update. Let's see. Let's go back to the template. Let's do the default template, and let's update. Let's go back to the front end and let's refresh. All right. So now we have the page here. Nice. All right. So now let's add the rest of the content here. So let's go back to our backend, and a lot of files open. So let's just close everything down here, and let's open up. Well, we need to create a new folder. So let's go into our file structure, and let's close that one there. And in our plugin folder under VP content, what we're going to do is we're going to add a new folder. Let's call it CIY underscore design underscore plugin. All right, and in here let's do what we've done previously. First we need to create a file that has the exact name as the folder. CI underscore design underscore plugin.php. All right, and in this file here we're just going to bring in standard information. So we open up some PHP tags, and then the comment. Let's see, the plugin name should be CIY design plugin. Let's do that. And then the description. And the description, so let's see, an easy way to add services you offer your clients. Then the author. So the code it yourself guide. Then the version 1.0.0, and then we have the text domain. So underscore design underscore plugin. I'm gonna add a package here to identify it. So we're gonna need the text domain here. Just copy and paste it in. Now let's add a level of security here on this one, so people won't type in this file address directly. We don't want anyone to access this, so let's do if, and then if not defined, and let's do the apps path like so, and then exit the script if they happen to type in this directly, and let's save that. That's pretty much it. We need an index index.php as well. Just create that for now. So index.php, and in here let's just open up the normal PHP tags, and let's just add a comment. Silence is golden. We don't want to add access this file either. Now the file structure in WordPress makes it so we need to include this index.php, but we're not going to add anything in this one. Let's go back to our front end and also our back end here. We don't have anything on front end, and let's go to the plugins and let's take a look there. So by now we should see the design plugin. So if I activate this one, nothing's gonna happen really because we haven't added anything. But as you can see, out of the box it works. You can activate and deactivate and so on. Now let's head back here to our file structure. We can close this one down, and what we're gonna do here in our CIY_design_plugin.php, we're actually going to add another file. I'm going to call it functions, and we're going to put all our functions for this plugin in there. So we need to include this one. So I'm going to do require once, then the plugin directory or dir_path, and we need a file right there. And in here we're also gonna add the functions.php. Comment at the end. Let's save, and we can close this one down here. Now we need to create this file. Let's have a new file. Let's create a file called functions.php, like so. Open up the PHP tags in this file and add the normal comments. First we need a package, and it's the text domain. Let's paste that in, and then also a little comment. So I guess this is the functions for services plugin. I guess just make it simple. Functions for our design plugin. Okay, that's that. All right, so first we're going to do is we're going to register the services or the design post type. So let's add a little comment here. So register design post type. Let's start with the function, and let's call it the setup underscore design underscore post underscore type. Doesn't take in any parameters, so let's add here. So first we need to register the post type. So this is a WordPress function, register underscore post underscore type, and in here first parameter is the name of the post type, and we're going to call it designs. All right, and then we are going to add an array like so. All right, and in this array first we need a labels like so, and this is going to be an array as well. So let's do that. So the first thing we need here in labels array, we need a name, and this is what you will see when you go to the back end. So we're gonna call it designs, and we need it in single quotes. So designs like so, comma, because we need more things here. So next, the singular name, and the singular name is obviously design like so. Another comma, and then under singular name we need, when we add a new one, so what name or label should it be? So let's keep it simple, add new design, then a comma, and then when add a new item, so same here, actually we're just gonna do add new design like this, and then a comma. Now if we want to edit, which we might want to, or at least have the functionality to to edit. So edit item, and then here just to the label for that is edit design. And then the last thing here, we need to make it searchable. So search item. The same here. So search in single quotes. So search design. All right. So that's the end of that labels array. Now let's add a few more things. So we did menu position, and we're gonna make this have position 7. Next, make it public. Let's do true, and then exclude from search. Let's make it true. Right, the next thing we need here has archive. If you want to make an archive page for this, we're not going to do this in this video, but the possibility is there. Then rewrite, and the rewrite we're going to need another array. So the slug for this one is going to be design, and after that we need to register a meta box, cd, and this is going to be DIY underscore design underscore add underscore meta underscore box. Okay, and then the menu icon, I'm just going to keep it simple here. Let's do the same dash icons admin users. You can add your own images here actually, so there's a lot of possibilities. Then next to show in rest true, and then the supports. All right, and what it takes in here is another array, and we need a title, and we need an editor, and the thumbnail, because we need to add a picture. Okay, so that's that. Let's do semicolon at the end, and now let's add action here. All right, so first we need to initialize this one, and then we need to take in the function name up here, callback function, and paste it in, semicolon at the end. Let's refresh in our backend, see what it does, or that's not what I wanted. Let's refresh. Okay, so if you go in here, so you get the designs, and here's the add new design. And if you click on this one here, you can see that add new design up here. This is the button as well. That's why we had add new and add new item. And already created a few here, so we're gonna have a look at those a little bit later. Now let's go back to our excuse me backend, and we need to create some columns here. So as you can see, it's pretty empty here. So I want to add new columns. I want to add, except for the title, the price and the message. And if we go in here to one of the icons here, sorry, one of our designs, you can see there's no way for us to add a price. All right, I want to add it separately, so we can add it separately as well. So let's go back here to our functions.php, and I'm going to add a comment here. So create new columns, and let's scroll up a little bit right there. All right, so now let's add a function, and let's call it ci1 underscore set underscore design underscore columns, and it's taken in a parameter of columns like so, and this comes from WordPress. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a variable, call it new columns, and this one is going to be an empty array. All right, now we can start to tell WordPress to populate this new columns variable. So let's recreate this new column, and here we need first the title. The title is kind of given there. Let's do design type, like so. Then we want to add the price. So new columns, and this is the price, and this is, yes, the price, like so. And then a description. So new columns, and actually this is called message in WordPress, but we can name it whatever we want. So we name it here description, and then we need to return this value, this variable. So new columns, like this. What we're gonna do is gonna add a filter. So first let's do add underscore filter. All right, and the first one is something called manage underscore, and now the name of the post columns. All right, so here it is design. All right, so we need to design, then posts columns, and after that we need to add the name of the function as usual. Let's hit semicolon at the end. All right, so let's save that. So that's pretty much that for now. Let's see. Let's go back here to our backend, and let's refresh. All right, so nothing has happened yet. Let's go back to our designs, all of them here. All right, we need to add a few more things before it's visible. All right, so let's go down here, and let's actually tell WordPress what to display on the backend. So let's create a new function. I'm just going to call it function underscore designs underscore columns. All right, so now it's going to take in the column. All right, and also going to take in the post ID, like this. All right, and in here we're going to use a switch function. So we're going to do switch, and let's do column. All right, and in here the first case is well, it's the message, because this is the one we need to add. Okay, and what we're going to do here is we're going to echo get the excerpt, like this, and no parameters. All right, and let's stop that one. So break, like this, and the next case is the price, and this is going to take in a variable of price. So let's create that price and get underscore post underscore meta. All right, and now for the meta we need, first we need to associate with a post ID, and then the name. What we need here is we need to take in the field, design field. We haven't looked at that yet, but we will soon. So let's do CIY underscore design underscore field, and let's make it true. Okay, and now we need to echo the price, and after this just do a break. All right, so that's down, and now let's add this action hook. So add action, and now we need to again here do a manage underscore designs, and now the posts custom column, right? So posts custom column, and then let's take in this one. Sorry, the name here of the function, and paste it in. All right, and then we're going to add two more here. So first two numbers. So first 10, and then how many arguments we are going to bring in our next function. So usually we bring in one argument, but we need two arguments here, and it will be clear once I start there. So, and number 10 is the priority of this custom column. All right, so let's save that. Now we need to add the meta box itself. So let's do a function and call it underscore design underscore add underscore meta underscore box. Okay, and does it take in any parameters? So here we need to add use the add meta box function. Meta box. And in this meta box, first we need the design price. That's the little ID there, and then the name, the whole thing. So it's the price, and after the price, we're gonna create a callback function. So CIY underscore design underscore price, and you can add callback at the end of this, so you know this is a callback function. It's for clarity. You don't need this. You can name this actually exactly however you want, but sometimes it's easier to read the code if you have a take a callback at the end of the function name there. All right, and then let's add it to which post type you want it to, and it's designs. And then we need the context here. So we just going to do a normal, and then where to display it, right? So it is high or low or default. We're just gonna do high, so it comes at the top. And let's save that, and let's go down here to add underscore action. All right, and now we need add meta boxes, and here we need to add this function name as usual. Let's copy and paste that, semicolon at the end. Now we need to add this callback function here. I'm going to copy and paste that in. So below our add action here, let's create a new function, and let's paste that in, the design price callback function, and it's going to take in the parameter of post. So we need a post here. All right, and now let's do global and the post, and then the price variable, and should be get underscore post underscore meta. All right, and now we need to call the post variable, and in this post variable we need to target the ID, and after that we need this here CLI design field up here, this function there, and let's paste it in, and then also last parameter is true, and semicolon at the end, and then after that I'm just gonna, we can do here, we can actually jump out of PHP, because what we need to do is we need to add a label. We're going to do some HTML stuff here. So first we need a label, like this, label for, and now we need the same as this one here, CLI design field. Paste it in, and then the name here, so design prices. Right, and then we need another input. So we know what that is. So input, and it's needed a text input. All right, and the name here is the same, CLY design field, like so. And the ID, let's put the same as the ID, and then let's do a size of 25, and then the value, to bring the value in. So let's open up our PHP tags right there, and we need to print the price. Okay, semicolon at the end, and that's about it. And then down here, let's go back into PHP, like so. Let's save, and let's see what it does on our backend. Let's refresh. All right, and let's go into our field here. All right, now you can see at the bottom here, we have the price, and we can put the design price here. So I can change this to 40, but I'm going to update. And if I go and refresh, and go back here to designs, it's not visible here yet, so we need to add that here. All right, so let's do that. So let's jump back in here to Photoshop icons, and you can see here it's not saving really. It's still, we jump back to $50. So we need to bring in that into our database. All right, so next, under our design price callback function, let's try to save this into the database. So need create a function, and let's call it CIY underscore save design underscore price underscore data. And again, it takes in the parameter of the post ID. All right, so now we need to check first if it's autosave. So is autosave, and VP underscore is post autosave, and again the post ID. And then if we editing this thing, so is revision, and WP underscore is underscore post underscore revision, like so. And again post underscore ID, semicolon at the end. Okay, now, and let's create an if statement here. So if is auto save, or the variable is revision, so editing revision, what we need to do is just return it. Okay, and then outside of the if statement, let's create the post variable, and we need to get the post here. So get post, and with post, well, we're looking for the post ID, like so. And let's create a new if statement. So if in this if statement, if post, the variable post, we need to target the post type, like this. And if that's equal to designs, which was our name of the post, the custom post type, designs, we want to do this. All right, so we want to save the price field data. Okay, so another if statement. So let's create an array key exists, and I think you know this one, the ID here, CIY underscore design underscore field, and then we need the post super global, like this. All right, and in here we want to update the post meta, right? And again, let's associate this one with the post ID, because that's what we're looking for. and then again copy and paste this name here, and then we need the post super global, and in here we need to create the name here, the design field again. Copy and paste back to the end and semicolon, and outside this function let's add this with an action hook like so, and the thing we're calling for is save post, and then obviously we need the name of the function like so, and copy and paste and semicolon at the end. All right, there we go, and let's refresh and let's see if it works. So let's do 40 and let's update, and if we go outside here and let's go back into our Photoshop icons, let's scroll down. So now you see that's 40, so it's saving into the database. Now next thing we need to do is we need to make it visible out here as well. So let's go back to our back end, and under the function here for this where we save the price to the database, let's create a let's create the post type. So let's do a function get designs underscore post underscore type, and down here let's create an args or arguments variable, and let's do a an array. So post per page, we want -1 here, because on our front end we want to display all of them. Yeah, you can change that if you want. And then the post type we're looking for here is again designs. Right, and that's that. Now let's add a string variable, and it's an empty string, and then let's create a loop. So the loop is new, or actually it's a query, pp query, and it takes in the arguments variable like this. And now let's create an if statement. Let's scroll up there. In this if, we take in the loop like that, and then have posts. All right, so this is the normal loop like so, and in here we need to bring in first, let's append it, and what we need here is a section like this, and the class of section, and the section designs. Let's close that one, semicolon at the end, and then again string, and here we need in h2 tag, and we're going to write we need a title, so get the title like so. Then let's go back here and close it off. Let's see, h2 like so, and then we need to create a ul tag like so. All right, now let's create the while loop, and here let's first bring in the variable loop, and then targeting have posts like so, and this is the normal loop, so loop, and then we're targeting the post like this, and my colon at the end. Now we need to bring in the actual custom post the meta value, the price that we had, and the description. So first, let's bring in something called the price variable. Let's create that one, and we need a get post underscore meta. And here we need to get the underscore ID. And notice the ID is capital letters. And then we also need to get the ID that's CIY underscore design underscore field, also true. So it's the exact same as we had up here somewhere. Right, get post meta, because we get the ID. Get the ID instead. All right, and that's that. Now let's go back here and open up the string. And actually here we need to upend it like that. Same here. Actually no. String, and now let's open up some li tags. And this needs an ID of my modal, because we're gonna use some JavaScript here. Then class is CIY underscore design underscore card underscore plugin, and let's yeah, well, let's close it up there and semicolon. Next, we need to get the post thumbnail. So get the post thumbnail like this, and then another string where we need the title. So let's see, we need let's open up another h2 tag, and then get the title, and then let's close the h2 tag like this, and then we got string. Let's open up a p tag. No class is needed for this one, but we need to get the content. Get the content like this, and nothing else is needed. Let's close the p tag like so, semicolon at the end, and before the content, actually, yeah, let's put the price. Right, so string, and the price, let's put that in another h2 tag. Probably isn't the best for the for SEO, but let's do that. So CIY underscore designs underscore price, like so, and let's close that h2 tag, and then we need to bring in the variable price like this, and then let's close the h2 tag, semicolon at the end. Now under the content, maybe a button. All right, so I'm gonna add a button here, string. We need a button in single quotes, button, and we need an on-click event. And now what we need here is get the permalink, and here get page by path. All right, so this gives us the URL to whatever we want here. So you're gonna send it to the contact page, and after that, let's the type is just a button, and after this, just get this. All right. So in the future, you could add a shopping cart to this one here. This is probably better instead of redirecting to the contact page. But yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys later. Let's see. Okay, and then let's close the li here. Li like this, semicolon at the end, and then let's close this one. So end while. And outside of this one, we need to close the ul tag, string ul, semicolon at the end, and then another string to close off the section, like this, and then we need to end the if statement, so end if, and then reset, cp reset the query, so reset post data, like so, and then let's return and we need to return a variable string like this. All right, so let's add this short code. So let's go underscore add underscore short code, and in here we need a ciy underscore designs underscore cards. So that's what we are going to call a short code, and then we need to get designs post type, which is the name of this function up here, type. Okay, so that's that. Now let's go back to our front end, and first let's refresh in here, and then go up here. Or actually, let's go to the pages, and let's see the designs, and let's add a block for shortcode like this. All right, so let's open up our brackets, and let's go back here to our shortcode here, and this is the shortcode we need. Let's go back and paste it in and close that one off. Let's update and let's hope it works. So let's refresh. All right, so as you can see, it's all here. It's not styled yet, which we will take care of, but we have the price here. Price there, and get this. But this one will lead us to the contact page eventually. We need to add some JavaScript there first. All right, so let's go back here, our backend, and deal with the rest. All right, there's one thing I want to do though, is in the back end, I want to show the columns actually. So let's see what we did here. So here, create new columns. Let's see, manage design. Oh, I need an S here actually, manage designs. Let's save that. Let's head back here to our back end and let's refresh, and here you go. So the price and the description is right there. Let's refresh one more time. So it's right there. You can see the prices here and the description. So that's how you add custom columns out here as well. So don't forget to put an extra S at the designs if you have your custom post name is designs. All right, let's head back here to our back end. And one thing we need to do here in the functions here is if we uninstall and delete post type, the design post type, then we wouldn't want to remove it from the database as well. So let's first talk about the installation of the post type. So let's start with the install here. So let's do function and designs underscore post underscore type underscore install, and then we need to set up design underscore post underscore type, and then let's just flush rewrite rules. Okay, and in here we can bring in the name here, designs. This is the name of the post type, right? And after that we need to just register the activation hook, and then it takes in the file and then the name of this one up here, the name of the function. So paste it in, and let's do that. Next thing we need to do is we need to deactivate it. So function design underscore designs underscore post underscore type underscore deactivate, like this. And in here we need to scroll up a little bit. So let's do unregister post type, and then we need to call for designs post type, like this, and then flush rewrite rules, semicolon at the end, and under here just do register underscore deactivation hook, and same here, we need a file and then the name of the function, copy function there. Let's just paste it in and semicolon at the end, and then to remove everything from the database, we do the function designs post type and then uninstall, and in here we need an if statement. So if first, if it's defined, we don't want to access this directly. Let's do a vp underscore uninstall underscore plugin, everything in capital letters, and then let's kill the script, so die right there. Then let's bring in the global variable, so vpdb, so this is for the database, and now we can access this one, and from here we can query the database, and this is an SQL function, so delete from vp underscore posts, where the post type equals design, s at the end, don't forget the s if you have it set up like me, semicolon at the end, and then let's query it again, vpdb, and query, oops, then we need to delete the meta from vp underscore post meta, where post id, so it should not be in, then select id from vp underscore posts, and we need that bracket there and semicolon at the end, and then the last thing we need to delete from is the relationships, if they have any, vpdb and query, right, and then delete from vp underscore term underscore relationship, where the object id nothing, and here select id from vp underscore posts, semicolon at the end, and then we need to register this uninstall hook as well, and we need a file. And here we need the function name here as well. Let's paste it in there and semicolon at the end. All right. Good, so that's just the back end, so nothing special here on the front end. So let's take care of the front end, shall we? So for this, we are going to create a CSS style sheet and also a script, JavaScript file. Actually, we don't really need the JavaScript, I think. So let's start with the CSS here. So first thing we need to do is obviously we need to enqueue the CSS file. So let's start with a comment called enqueue let's see, enqueue files, and then create a function. So my underscore design underscore scripts. In here we are going to use a vp underscore enqueue underscore script. Okay, so now we need to actually create this, but first let's bring the ID here. So I'm going to call it CLY underscore design. Actually, it's style, not script. Design underscore style. Okay, and after that we need a plugin underscore directory underscore URL, and then we need a file, and then where we can find it. So we're going to create a folder called assets, and then CSS, and then we're going to call it style.css, and no dependencies, so an empty array like so. The version is 1.0.0, and it's going to be for all devices, all screens, and this one needs to be in single quotes like so. All right, so now we need to add this one here. So add action. Let's do vp underscore enqueue underscore scripts like that, and then my underscore design underscore script. That's at the end. So now come at the end. Now let's add this here. So let's add a folder, and let's call it assets, and then we need to create another folder called CSS, and in this CSS folder let's call it create a file called style.css like so. Okay, just to make sure it works, so let's do target the body tag, and then let's do background color red. Save that, and let's go back to our front end, and let's refresh. As you can see, that everything is red, so it's working perfectly. All right, let's head back to our style sheet, and let's do the rest there. So first, let's remove this one there. Okay, so let's target first the section design, then the h2 tag. So that's what I think it's called. If we go back here, all right, so section designs and then the h2 tag, and what we want is the font size be 3M, then the text line to be center. All right, now let's target the ULs. So section designs UL. So I want to margin top of 20 pixels, and I want to display everything in here as a grid. and grid template column. I want 3 columns, so that's going to be same size: auto, 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 like so, and the gap between them should be 20 pixels. Okay, let's say that, see what it does. Front end, let's refresh. Okay, well, I can't see anything yet, but you can see it jumps up here. All right, let's go back here and let's deal with the rest. So let's target the LIs here. So li dot ciy underscore designs card underscore plugin, and the list style, we don't want any style here on the list, so none. The box shadow, so 0 pixels on top, 4 pixels, 8 pixels, and 0. And the color, let's do well, 0, 0, 0, and then that's 0.2, like so. And the max width I want is 300 pixels. Then the margin should be auto, and then text, the line for all these, let's put them in the center, and the margin bottom 20 pixels, like this. Let's save that, refresh. Right, so now you can see this jumped in a little bit. All right, so now let's deal with the images, and let's go and target the li.ciy underscore designs underscore card plugin, and then the image. And in here we need a width to be 100%, and everything is, the height needs to be auto, like so. See if that does anything. All right, so now you can see the images fits in here nicely. Now let's target these guys here. So let's head back there, and I'm just gonna copy this one here. And now instead of the image, we need to target the h2 tag, and h2 we're gonna margin top of 20 pixels, and then the font size should be 1.2 like this. Save that. Let's go back, refresh. All right, so now that looks a lot better. All right, let's deal with the other elements there. So let's take care of the price. So here we have ciy underscore design price, and color for the text I want a little gray color, and font size should be 1.2 as well, 1.2, and then margin top, let's do 20 pixels, and then margin bottom should be 20 pixels, like so. So refresh. Right, so you change the color there. Nice. Let's do the rest. Let's scroll up a little bit. So next here is let's deal with the p tag. So that's actually, I'm gonna copy this whole thing again here. All right, and then we need the p tag like this, and then the margin. And let's do 0, 10 pixels, 20 pixels, and 10 pixels. Okay, let's save that. Let's refresh. Looking good. Right, let's do the button. So again, I'm just going to copy this whole element and then add the button tag. All right, so we got a border of none, the outline, our outline of 0, then the padding 12 pixels, and the color white color on that one, and then background color a little blackish color, and text align should be center, and then the width 100%, then the font size 1.2 em, and then the letter spacing 1 pixel. Okay, then let's refresh. Let's go back here, and nice, get a nice little button there. Now I want a little hover effect. I think this is what I want. So next here, let's once again, let's copy and paste and then add the button, and now hover, hover child. So, and let's do an opacity 0.7. Let's refresh. All right, so you see here, nice. You can add the pointer as well, so you can change there if you want, but I'm not doing it here. Right, so that's pretty much that. Now let's make it a little bit better looking when we go into mobile. You see it gets mushed up like this, and it doesn't look that great on smaller devices. So let's change that. Let's add a media query. So let me add a little comment, media queries, and the media screen here is a max width of 800. So let's do media screen, and we get max width 800 pixels, and let's target first the section for designs UL, and we want to display this as a block. Display block. All right, and then let's spell and correctly, and then also want to do the plugin, this little guy up here. Like so, and let's make this one a max width of 100%. Like so. Let's go back and refresh. All right, so this size, it doesn't matter, but then we come down to 800. You can see it changes here. All right, nice. So now it looks good on smaller devices as well. So that's pretty much it. All right, so this is pretty much like you can add a shopping cart to this one. So if a customer potential client clicked on this one, it should be added up to if you add a custom cart up here as well. All right, but that's it for this time. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.